Welcome, everyone. We are so happy and excited to have all of you here joining our webinar dedicated to our latest cloud-native Nakisa IWMS product portfolio. We've been working for some time on this product, and we are so excited to have you all here. Let's just get introduced. I'm Daria Karkunova, Associate Product Marketing Manager here at Nakisa. I've been working in marketing for 6 years with so many people. We've been preparing this portfolio launch. And our main presenter today is Ruchi Bahadur. She is Director of Product for IWMS. She's been instrumental in shaping the vision for Nakisa IWMS product portfolio. She brings a wealth of experience in product management, and today her deep insights during the demo will give you understanding of all the innovations and amazing features we have in our new offering. And actually, Richie and I, we can speak about Nakisa IWMS and about IWMS overall for hours. We just have 1 hour with you today. So if you come up with any question, feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn, via email. Even a week after the webinar, a month after the webinar, we are always open to discuss it with you. If during the webinar you have any questions about Nakisa IWMS or IWMS overall, feel free to submit the questions in our Q&A. We hope that we'll have some time to come back to them at the end of the webinar. If not, we'll reply to all of your questions, of course, via email. And let's start with our agenda. Today we have so many insights and information prepared for you. We'll quickly start with Nakisa overview and IWMS definition, and then we'll introduce you the Nakisa IWMS product portfolio structure. But the main highlight, the main reason why we are all here is, of course, the demonstration of Nakisa IWMS product portfolio. Today you'll see the demo for all our 4 product suites by our amazing Ruchi. We'll wrap the webinar up with the roadmap for Nakisa IWMS product portfolio, so you can have a sneak peek of all the amazing functionality coming up in the nearest future. Also, during the webinar, we'll have our raffle. So 3 live attendees will win a 3-month subscription to CRE Tech Plus. This is a streaming platform for real estate professionals. We either announce it in the end if you have time. If not, we'll reach out to the 3 lucky winners on email. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know about Nakisa, let's get introduced. Nakisa is a SaaS provider and a Fortune 1000 software of choice. We are creating software, developing software for 3 lines of business. It's for accounting, finance, workforce planning, HR, and now we are launching our newest IWMS product portfolio. This year, we are celebrating 20 years of excellence in developing solutions. And also we have so many industry experts. They have even higher, bigger experience in working with Fortune 1000 companies. We are proud to serve 200 plus large enterprise clients in 135 countries. And we are very honored to serve global leaders in various industries, from Walmart and BP, State Street, Millicom, Delta, Pfizer, Sony. We have so many of amazing clients, and we are very proud to work with them. But why all these global leaders choose Nakisa? So that's because we bring value in 4 important pillars. So we aim to automate your processes, help you align your teams and people. We boost you with technology, with the latest technologies, and we ensure you have consolidated data. You would say that any software provider would claim that they help and bring value for all these 4 pillars, of course, but how we do this, it's very unique and different from all other vendors. So to automate and streamline your business processes, we offer comprehensive purpose-built functionality specifically designed for large enterprises. It covers intricate scenarios and enables you to manage multiple asset types, multiple currencies, multiple languages, all while staying compliant with multiple accounting standards, for example, IFRS and US GAAP. We are also delivering features that are very specific to industry. For example, for retail, we are offering complex sales-based rent. All that while the system still is very configurable and can be adjusted easily to perfectly reflect your business operations. Then we help you align people. So we offer role-based workflows and team-specific interfaces. This way, all the teams, be it real estate or accountants or facility managers or capital project managers, they have the needed functionality. They don't need to work in the same size-fits-all application. They have the needed functionality with great details and, of course, smooth interface, while all they are staying aligned with consolidated data, single source of truth. And the whole platform works this way that multiple teams can work together and they get notification. They don't need to chase each other. They just can get notification from the platform saying, okay, now this team attention is required. How can we do this? Unlike other vendors that still use monolithic code structures, we are using microservices. So we have a really cloud-native platform. This enables us to deliver innovations faster. So we have more features. We have 2 releases each year. And then right now we are pioneering Gen AI features. We always strive to bring innovations, the best innovative features to our large enterprises. This way, you can leverage the best technology on the market. All this technology helps us also to have native ERP integration to SAP, Oracle, and Workday. This way, we are enabling all our clients to have centralized data, but just having a centralized data, even if it's all reliable and real life, it's not enough. We ensure that all the teams have specific robot reports and configurable dashboards to meet their goals perfectly. So as a result, all our clients benefit from quick time to value and high ROI. How we do this? Because we have comprehensive and intuitive product portfolios that were created and supported by industry experts with decades of experience. So that's very quickly about Nakisa. Now let's jump to the poll number 1. We would like to hear more from you. Can you please let us know how do you currently manage your assets, portfolios, commercial real estate assets? Do you outsource it to a third party? Do you do it manually or with in-house solution? Do you use multiple separate tools? Or do you have an integrated platform or an IWMS solution provider? I'll give you 30 seconds to answer that. Okay. I'll give you 10 more seconds because I see that the more responses are coming. Okay. So I think that's it for now. So majority of replies says that usually all our attendees, our audience, they usually manage their assets manually or with in-house solutions. It's 39%. Then it's followed by multiple separate tools, SaaS tools, or integrated platform. Thank you so much for your answers. It was really nice to hear that. Now I'm passing the mic to Ruchi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ruchi Bahadur, and I am Director of Product Management, IWMS. So since it's IWMS, let's actually start with the definition of IWMS. What does it really stand for? Even before we jump into what Nakisa product portfolios or Nakisa IWMS is. So if I look at Gartner and the analysts there, they've defined IWMS as an integrated workplace management system. It's a platform that actually centralizes real estate and facilities management, allowing optimization of the life cycle management of corporate real estate as well as commercial assets. It also enables greater operational efficiency and workplace effectiveness by providing an integrated dynamic facility management approach. Well, that's the definition. Let's actually dig into what does it really mean to be an IWMS solution. So there are 5 pillars of IWMS. Capital projects, which allows you to plan and execute either new construction or renovation projects, including site selection and project management. From there, you move on to portfolio management, which allows you to manage and oversee leased, subleased, and owned tangible assets, ensuring strategic alignment and efficiency. Once you have an asset, you have to maintain it, which moves to the next pillar called maintenance. It allows you to track and manage the life cycle of assets and ensures both proactive and reactive maintenance. Last but not the least are our other two pillars, space management and sustainability, wherein space management allows to optimize physical space usage and manage operation and layout of facilities, with sustainability, which allows you to monitor and manage energy consumption and sustainability initiatives to reduce the impact that we have on the environment. Now, talking about these pillars, I'm sure you're very familiar with most of these things, right? But what is IWMS? Basically, the organizations today can either choose several different point solutions to satisfy or meet these needs within the organization, or can actually leverage an integrated platform called the Integrated Workplace Management System, or IWMS. Why IWMS? What are really the benefits? Why would I change from manual products or legacy products or point solution and move to this? Based on the report provided by Research and Market, we have been able to identify key areas where organizations benefit from moving to IWMS solutions. Some of them are listed here. For example, enhanced operational efficiency, cost effectiveness, sustainability, data accuracy and visibility, because now you have an integrated product, you have better data, and you have a visibility across different teams or different data sets. You also have streamlined across team collaboration, again, due to integrated products, and enhanced scalability and flexibility. So, based on the report, this is from 2022, and we're in 2024. We've already seen approximately 40% operational efficiency by use of IWMS, and many companies have seen up to 35% of enterprise asset lifecycle cost reduction. And many organizations have approximately seen 11.6% of improved energy consumptions as well, which ultimately leads to cost effectiveness as well. Now, let's talk about Nakisa IWMS product portfolio. So before we even move on to how Nakisa began its journey within the IWMS solution provider space, I'd like to announce that we have been chosen as a vendor within the IWMS space for 2024 by Gartner, which actually means that our product portfolio is aligned and recognized for its robust features that are tailored for a variety of enterprise use cases, such as retail, airlines, oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, and many more. So, where did our journey really begin? Our move to becoming an IWMS solution provider was not coincidental. There were many factors that went into this decision. Let's start with the first one. Of course, our successful presence in the market for over 20 years. We have a strong presence in the market for the Office of the CFO with asset accounting and compliance solutions with numerous Fortune 1000 customers. Our successful M&A with a great set of customers has given us the edge to enter the market on the operational side of asset management as well. But last but not the least, we've actually gone into the market, done discussions with research firms and analysts to really understand the trends of the IWMS market. Listening to our customers, we also found the need for integrated solution, which is going to help us help them plan capital projects, manage various assets, as well as be compliant for accounting and ensure efficient maintenance. Many IWMS providers today have many of these solutions, but our unique presence in the market for the accounting compliance stands us apart from many other things that we're doing differently within the market. Now that we've talked about IWMS, why and where our journey began, let me introduce you the IWMS product portfolios. I'll be using the three different terminologies today during my demonstration as well as in the presentation. For now, you've heard only one, which is IWMS product portfolio. Within our product portfolio sits our product suites, and within each of our suites sit our products. So you will see me going back and forth between product suites maybe and products as I'm doing some demonstration. And I will definitely always roll back to the product because that's our most granular level. So let's talk about our open cloud platform, even before I jump into our product suites and products. What makes us different? Our open cloud platform is actually the foundation of our portfolio, of our product portfolio. Unlike many of our competitors who went into simply moving on-prem products to cloud, we have gone in and actually made the effort of creating our product from scratch. As Daria pointed out earlier, we're not a monolithic application anymore. We're actually using microservices and cloud native architecture to build our applications in the cloud from ground up. We're actually disrupting the market and making our competitors quite uncomfortable with it. They're trying to catch up, but it's hard. Our journey began on the platform a few years ago. That's how hard it is to really build one. What does this really bring to you as an organization? It enables Nakisa to provide quick features faster. We can innovate faster. We can bring products to market faster. We can upgrade easier. We can scale in and out with no limitations, as well as guaranteeing data security, uptime for extremely large organizations like Fortune thousands. On top of our open cloud platform sits our finance core. Our finance core is kind of the heart, or I would call the pillars of the building that support our portfolio. Upon that, starting from the left, is our capital project suite inside our IWMS product portfolio, wherein we have capital planning and budgeting, site selection, and capital project management. We'll be looking at the site selection and capital project management today in the demo. So these are our products. Our next two suites are the portfolio management suite, which ties hand in hand and is tightly integrated with our lease accounting suite to provide compliance. So we'll be looking at our Lessee accounting product today. We also will be looking at the lease management product, which allows the operational side of asset management. Last but not the least, once we have our asset, we need to maintain them. Thus came into picture our Nakisa facility management suite. With various products inside the suite as well, we will be looking at the repairs and maintenance product today. And we also have energy and sustainability, vendor management, space integrations, as well as smart building and IoT integrations. Now that I've introduced the Nakisa IWMS product portfolio, let's start looking at the application itself. But before I jump into it, let me actually take a few seconds to introduce our personas and the use cases, a use case that we will be talking about. So we have a few different personas here. Carla, who's the executive, She will be responsible for the overall health of the portfolio. Thus, she will be within the capital project suite as well as portfolio management, lease accounting, as well as facility management suite. Following up with Clark, who will be our capital projects manager, who will be living, eating, breathing mostly out of site selection and our capital project management product. Here, he will create projects for a new site and then show site development, financial analysis, and KPIs around that. Once our site is selected, we will have Candice, who's going to be actually keying in the contracts within our lease management product, creating and activating contracts, setting up the different terms and conditions, certain clauses, as well as partners, and tracking critical dates, as well as payment reconciliation. From here, Amina, the accountant who will be living in our Lessee accounting product, takes effect as well, hand in hand, where she'll be generating different financial schedules based on our rent table in the Nakisa lease management product, as well as ensuring compliance and the different postings to make sure there's financial accuracy in the lease events. Last but not least is Fadi, our facilities manager, who will then be maintaining the assets within the premises and or the premises themselves, and basically be storing, creating parts, inventory, reviewing asset conditions, addressing work requests and work orders, as well as assigning tasks to get the work done. Our use case today is going to be that of a new retail store that we would be wanting to open. With further ado, we'll move into our site selection product demo. So what will we be showcasing? Today, Clark will be creating new sites, doing some site scoring, site documentation, looking at site financial viability, as well as creating project, doing site evaluation, and then looking into milestones as well as tasks to make this project successful. And from it comes a new site and store that needs to be developed. All right, so let's move into the product. So Nakisa's site selection product provides a solution for managing real estate endeavors, from identifying prospective sites to evaluating existing sites through seamless integration with the Nakisa lease management product. I'm just moving to the product. I hope everyone is able to see it. It streamlines portfolio management by facilitating the tracking of actual and potential sites, projects, milestones, and tasks. It'll also enable swift and thorough analysis for well-informed decision-making regarding capital investment and incentives, forecasted sales, and pertinent KPIs and other information. So this is our dashboard where Clark lands in and he's looking at the different sites and the status of the sites, also the upcoming milestones. And let's go to the first site. So within the list of the sites, I can actually create new sites. I can export. I can also look for other sites. For the purpose of the demo, I've created our Urban Fresh Market site. Clicking on the existing site, you can see this site is in active status. And here you have various attributes that you can fill in to manage this particular site and location. So it has the address, it has all the different legal entities, the property type, building type. You'll see a lot of different drop downs that are attributes associated to the location. All the configuration that you're seeing today is done for our use case, and our customers are actually able to tailor many of these data points and attributes to their needs, which means, yes, they are changeable. So they don't have to be exactly what you're seeing within the product right now. From the location, you can also store premises and partners, which are basically your landlords right here. I'll move on to site scoring. Within here, we have defined certain property metrics that we would like to track, score, and rate them. So in here, we have population density in trade area, customer demographics match, visibility from the street and parking, traffic counts, site location quality, as well as agreement or deal economics. Again, this is something I've set up for the purpose of the demo. And now Clark basically has gone in and put the scoring as well as weightage for this particular site. The weight times the score gives you the total score, and the total property score allows you to compare different sites and then choose the right site for your purpose. So then Clark says he's received certain documents. Now our capital projects manager has to add all the documentation to the sites. So you can go click on add. I've already added the floor plan and the zoning permit, as well as title deed and the property survey over here. Lastly, now Clark has to perform the financial viability analysis on this particular site. Yes, you see a lot of different numbers over here, and they are keyed in manually today, but we are looking very shortly in bringing an Excel import as well as an integration that can work with your own data stores to bringing this information into the product. You can set up your financial viability analysis based on the revenue as well as investments, and all the numbers can be punched in, as well as you can put in a discount rate as well if that applies. This allows the product to calculate the NPV, or the net present value, as well as the return on investment, and also provide you with a break-even point, which helps you decide on the site that you want to choose. Moving from sites, I'll go to now projects. Within the project, very similar structure. You can create your own, and Clark has already created his Urban Fresh Market project. The project is in an active status. We have general information. Again, these are all attributes that you can store for your project that you're running. You can create milestones and tasks within the project as well. As you can see, my next few milestones have already been defined. So Clark wants to have a project initiation, then site identification, site evaluation, financial viability analysis, and then he will move on to site selection. Under each milestone, you can have different tasks, and once those are completed, your milestone gets completed. You can also see we've assigned certain people to these different tasks, which will also appear on your People tab. And it allows you to know who's responsible for performing these tasks. Moving on to site evaluation. Within here, you see the site information, and you see the Urban Fresh Market site, as well as the Green Valley Grocery. Currently, these two are the shortlisted sites that Clark has selected. For the benefit of the audience, you could have actually gone in, click on plus, and Clark could have added numerous sites and compared them. But right now, he has shortlisted the Urban Fresh Market as well as Green Valley Grocery based on the different scoring as well as KPIs that we had just entered and the financial viability analysis. Now, once we've shortlisted, we can go in and actually finalize our site as well. So let's pick the Urban Fresh Market. Once I click on that, it basically is asking me, hey, it's going to create a location and premises in the Nakisa Lease Management product. So yes, very easily our location and premises moves from our site selection product to our Nakisa Lease Management product. So I'll just simply confirm and let the product create that location and premises. And let's now move to our lease management. So before I go into the product, I would like to talk a little bit about where we were and where we are. So within here, we have the site selection, which we just saw. And now we'll be moving to Candice and Amina, who will be doing lease management as well as lessee accounting. So we'll be within these two products. So the Nakisa Lease Management application basically is designed to optimize the management of leased, owned, and subleased real estate assets by simplifying complex processes. What will we be looking at today will be location and premises, contract, our rent table, critical clauses, and sales-based rent. And in the lessee accounting product, we'll be looking at lease activation, schedule generation for compliance, as well as talk a little bit about the integration. Before I go into the demo, I want to showcase our, our retail use case. So within the product, we have an object called location, which you can correlate it to be, let's say, the location could be the mall. Within that, you will see the premises, and within that, which is basically a shop inside a mall, and then the premises can have contracts. So it can have a head contract, it can have multiple other types of contract as well. Now the premises could actually be sublet because it might be too large for what we're looking for. So we could have a sub-premise, which could have its own sublease contract as well. So our product is actually able to manage all of that within one product. Now, moving from here, we'll go to the demo. So this is our lease management product. We land on the dashboard, and in here, the application allows us to abstract your existing and newly signed lease contract. And currently, we're on this dashboard where you can look at the health of your portfolio. So this would be either Carla, the executive, or even Candace, who's doing the day-to-day management of the leases within the application. Now, since we were talking about lease abstraction and talking about entering the lease within the product, very new, we have launched our beta, which is the lease abstraction job. This is a Gen AI new feature that we've launched in the market, and it actually separates the leases and allows our LLM model, which is specifically designed for Nakisa, to abstract the information from the leases and puts it into the containers, which are very much Nakisa based. So for example, we have the concept of locations, premises, contracts. Within there, we have critical clauses, the rent table. So let's look at what this really looks like. So within here, you can even give different people roles and permissions to this particular feature, so as to remove, the high volume of job or like tedious jobs, which takes time, which can be sent over to, some other job function within the organization. So you could click on create, you can choose a zip file. I've already added one over here for our benefit. And basically from here, you can click on view. Once you click on view, you will see the the job it's going to try to abstract, and it will bring us to the abstraction screen. Once it's abstracted, you will notice that all the documents inside the file are showing up on the left-hand side. If there are multiple pages, you will see that there will be multiple pages that have been uploaded for the same document as well. I'll go back to the second one as an example. Now you're seeing the lease, and on the right-hand side, you're actually seeing all the information that needs to be keyed into the product to be activating your lease. Right? So you have the landlord identification, your lease identification, your location address, payment information, down to your clauses, critical clauses, as well as the rent table. So this highly reduces the cognitive load onto any of our any person or Candace actually who is keying in this information. So one of the way that you can key in the information is using our abstraction job, or you can also do it manually. So let me go back to our product. Apologies, I think I stopped sharing by mistake. Are you able to view my screen?
Yes, yes. All good. Thank you so much for this insightful demo, Ruchi, for showing all this comprehensive functionality.
So
we cannot see. Yes, now we can.
All right.
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
No
I
worries.
think I hit something by mistake there. So I'm back onto our application setting page, but let's actually go back and see the urban market location that we had created, right? So I search up here, we have an Elasticsearch. It shows me the location that was created from our site selection product. I click on it. Voila, here is my location. Now, before I dwell into the location and what it contains, let's look at on the left-hand side, we usually have certain key attributes. And up here, we have all the actions that you can perform on any object within our product. Also, identification, areas, partners, operating costs, all of the information that you would like to save, you can save for the location. I'm expanding the right-hand navigation panel just to correlate the example that I was showcasing on the slide deck. So within here, you'll notice location, underneath which we have premises, underneath which we have the contract. Now you'll say, oh, I see an active and an inactive contract. Why do I have that? So this is an example that I wanted to showcase that anytime there are any modifications made to an original contract, we always save that and it remains within the product available easily for any new person to be onboarded. They have the history of what were the changes that happened on the contract. So it basically acts as an audit trail. You never lose your original information, even when there are amendments, and it saves it as a new version. So talking about contracts, let's move to the contract itself. And let's see what we have here. So within the contract, again, similar to the location, we have various attributes and the status is here, and we have all the actions that you can perform over here. Some of the main things that you will look at are the identification. So you can identify your contract. It's a head lease, it's a contract category. Again, like site selection, any of our products, you can configure the values that show up in most of the drop downs. Now let's look at the main thing. Let's look at the rent table over here. Within the rent table, you can define your payment terms. So you have the base rent. So within here, we have a base rent as well as CAM or the maintenance costs. And let me share with you how we really put this in and what does it really look like. So within the rent table, we just choose the expense category, which was base rent for Canvas, monthly payment, and yes, we are a multi-currency system and we support every currency on the planet. We also have end of month payment and also areas. So let's talk of the end of month payment. For the retail case, the end of month payment doesn't really apply. Mostly it's on the first of the month, but some other use cases like oil and gas like to have end of month payment as well. So we have that provision for our customers. The areas within a premises, you can define multiple areas. This is usually used when you're signing a contract, which might have multiple floors within a building, and each floor might have a different square foot rate or square meter rate. So you can literally put it in the same contract and the same rent table, right? Now herein you see the payment terms. There's a flat increase and the amounts are basically calculated on their own. We have defined the period and the increase that we would see within those years. We also have vendors, which is basically a Canadian vendor. We can actually split the landlord and have multiple vendors and split the payments and how it needs to go. We can also put notes to our rent table. From the rent table actually gets generated the schedules. So the schedule payments are a one-stop shop where you will see post payments, payments that are already posted, as well as upcoming payments. You have recurring payments as well as one-time payments that you will be able to see all in one place. Let's now talk about the critical clauses. So in here, I've created one critical clause. So Candice is actually going to go view the details, and she needs to have a critical clause of automatic exercise and renewal. Absolutely, they automatically come into play. So you don't really have to do anything manually. Once you create them, you have a notification date on which the notification will come, and then it executes this particular critical clause on its own. So you don't have to worry about the lease date ended and we didn't exercise the renewal. So within our action center, you will always also see any critical clauses that are pending for review. So currently I have two, and of course one of them is this one because it has not been exercised as yet. All right, moving on from critical clauses, I also want to showcase and highlight a competitive advantage that we have over many other products, which is percentage-based rent. On the premises level, you can store the sales. So this is sales-based rent. So you can store the total sales, and then you can actually calculate the percentage-based rent for this particular for this particular premises. So in here, let's look at what was generated. So we have the total sales, and it generates the cumulative amounts that need to be paid each month for the sales that were made. Now here we have the button, which allows us to generate that one-time charge automatically. So you can go in, click on it, and it'll generate that one-time charge and show up in our payment schedule that we looked at just a minute ago. So now that we've looked at our contract and activating the contract and all the different attributes that we put in, what's Amina really doing? So let's hop on to where Amina is. So Amina, our accountant, is actually within our financial product. And within our financial product, let's actually search for our contract. So there you go, Urban Fresh Market. So as I mentioned, IWMS solutions are integrated. Now we have our Urban Fresh Market, and here automatically the contract, the rent table, everything moved into our Lessee accounting product. In here, let me click on the IS Finance. This is our IFRS schedule that is basically generated automatically. Again, Amina needs to take care of this, and it also provides us with the US GAAP. So it brings the compliance automatically to all the work that you're doing on the operational level. So this is something which is very core to the Nakisa IWMS product portfolio. Now let's talk about how this information really, resides in here, or what happens really to the configuration. So we have a native bidirectional integration with SAP, as well as integrations to Oracle and Workday, which allow you to bring in your configuration really, really easily into our product, which really reduces the overhead of keying in all of that configuration manually. Not only that, we're also able to do the GL posting directly to your financial product. So it saves a ton of time and ton of overhead being, within one system just for compliance and then trying to create those GL postings into your ERP. So now that we're compliant, we have a beautiful property that's up and running. We will have to maintain this property. So let's go back to our PowerPoint to start with. All right, so the journey has been from Clark to Candice to Amina, and now we're at Fatty. So Fatty is going to look at the repairs and maintenance product. And in here, we'll look at asset tracking, the repository. We'll look at the work orders, how they're created, the reactive work orders, what really happens within this product. Right. So let's look at repairs and maintenance. All right, so right now within here, I'm in my asset list, which you see. And our asset list is a comprehensive list of all the assets that you might have within your different premises, right? So I'm just going to go to an HVAC, which is for my premises. So I created the HVAC system. I'm sure nobody can live without air conditioning and heating. So within our premises, we have right here our active teams, our assignees, our asset category, and the premises. So the premises here actually comes in from our Nakisa lease management product, and thus you can just choose that and create your asset. You will see that the status of the asset is inactive, and I will come back to it just as we progress through the demo. So this particular HVAC system can have different parts associated to them, which you will see right here. You can see your inventory. And on the right-hand side, I also see some upcoming work orders. We'll talk about the work orders in just a minute. Within here, the assignee of this particular asset starts receiving notifications, like if there are any requests made or some work orders that might be generated by someone. So this particular person, in this case, it's me, will receive a notification which allows me to see what's really going on with my asset at any point in time. And of course, we have some reports that also allow Fatty to make sure all the assets are in working and good condition. On the left-hand side, we're currently in the definition of this particular asset. We can see the work orders, but before we see that, we'll go into the documents. So when you have assets, Fatty has to maintain those assets. He needs the troubleshooting guides as well as warranty and the HVAC user guide. I can attach as many assets as many documents as I like for the maintenance of this asset using the attach button. And you can also capture comments which are like back and forth between maybe vendors or whatever for providing the asset. Now let's go into the work orders. In the work orders, I see many work orders. So you saw the work order schedule on the right-hand side, but here I'm seeing the actual work orders. Some of them are in the open status and some of them are on hold. And underneath, you're actually seeing the work order schedule. So you can create a work order schedule which generates work orders. So now let's look at that. So within a work order schedule, you'll notice what exactly is being done. You're doing inspection, you're actually making sure nothing is clogged, and that the filters are replaced every month. And here you have the teams who will be looking after the asset, as well as underneath is how you actually created that particular work order schedule. So you choose a start date and an end date, you give the length, and then you basically create the work orders, which automatically generates the scheduled work order. So you don't have to go and create one work order after another. All right, let me go back to my asset. And let's then talk about my asset here and the work orders within this asset. So in here, like I mentioned, there are some open and some on hold. Let's actually look at only the open work orders. So in here, I have the air filter and maintenance replacement work order, as well as I have the, I'm going to go into the work orders. as well as I have the work order, which is a reactive work order. So this was the work order, which was a non-reactive work order because it had excuse me, it had the date. So it's basically a scheduled work order. So just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna quickly search my work order for HVAC. There you go. So here is my other work order. In here, we have the HVAC system not heating properly. Now, how is this different? This is actually a reactive work order. And this reactive work order is in progress right now, which means somebody was complained. So there was a request that was put in, and that request led to this particular reactive work order. So someone went in and said, hey, the system is not working. The temperature shows 72 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas it's actually 60 in the office. Something's not okay. So the moment you have a reactive work order that comes into play, your asset goes into an inactive status, right? So when I showed the asset, the status was inactive. That's because there was a reactive work order in place. Now within here, when you open the work order, it's of course in the open state. You have the in progress completed. But in the reactive work order, you will also have the contractors. So you will choose who's going to come and fix it. You have the teams that are going to be working on it. And you can also link other work orders with this work order. So let me give you an example. So you have your HVAC. So there could be something that's wrong with the system itself, or it could be that something went off on your electricity board. So you might be creating two work orders for the same problem, but you want to link them. So that way you can have some linked work orders as well. You will also have the parts here, and you have the documents or comments. So if you're going back and forth with a vendor, you can actually put comments here, which allows you to track what's really going on that particular work order. Once the team comes in, completes the work, and finishes the work, you will basically go in and complete this work order, and basically the work is done and the status changes to completed. So now that we've looked at how to create a work order, asset maintenance, we looked at parts and inventory, let's go back to our slide deck. So this actually concludes our live demo and brings us back to our poll question. So I will now give the floor back to Daria before we dig into the future of Nakisa IWMS and the roadmap.
And before jumping to the poll question, actually, Richard, thank you so much for showcasing us how various teams have extended comprehensive functionality to achieve their goals and at the same time collaborate efficiently and automate so many business processes. So now I would like to ask the audience, based on this demo, what do you think is the biggest area of improvement in your organization? You can actually select multiple answers. Right now, the poll is there. So you can select several options and just submit. We would like to hear more from you. Would it be streamlining capital project budgeting and planning, or optimizing real estate asset management as the biggest area of improvement? Would it be enhancing lease accounting and compliance that would benefit the most? Or do you already have all these solutions and already you do amazing job with this, but you still lack integration of all of these operations into one platform? So I would like to give you 20, 30 seconds to submit all your answers, and we'll continue. I see more and more responses are submitted. Right now, we have an absolute leader with integrating all these operations into one platform. I'll just give 10 more seconds for others to submit their answers. But yeah, I think integrating all these operations is our leader, followed by optimizing real estate asset management as the second biggest area of improvement. Thank you so much for voting. And let's continue with our roadmap for Nakisa IWMS product portfolio.
Thank you, Daria. Let's now dig into our roadmap. So currently, Nakisa IWMS product portfolio is bringing up the lease abstraction using Gen AI that we saw a demo of. We're also looking at enhancing our financial scenario analysis, which we saw in site selection, and also mobile support for repairs and maintenance, with many other things that are coming up in our release shortly in November. Looking up next is the launching of our additional products within the capital planning, budgeting, and energy and sustainability areas. And we are also launching a Nakisa Data Hub, which will allow all of our customers to do cross product analytics, leveraging our Gen AI. So this is not only going to be our own data, but we're also looking at in the future allowing the organizations that are going to be working with us and being our customers to bring in data from other sources and allowing you to pull comprehensive reporting and dashboards, which you've not been able to do, today, or struggle with because you have to put the data into a data warehouse, and then it incurs a lot more cost than really bringing data to us and just doing your day-to-day reporting within our product portfolio. Moving on, later, we would like to expand our IWMS offering through strategic software partnerships. So in here, we're looking at the space, energy, and sustainability, as well as the smart building integration. So not only do we want to be, providing those capabilities, which we'll start providing next, but we want to have strong partnerships and integrations to many and several providers within the industry as well. We also are going to be building an integration with our own Nakisa workforce planning product portfolio, which helps us bringing in the space management abilities, as well as launching our Copilot within the Nakisa Product Center, which will allow us to bring in, using Gen AI, full-time support and ability to answer questions and having an interactive session with our customers.
So many exciting things are coming up.
Yes, I'm really, really excited. So please do reach out to us if you have any questions on that or where we're really going. And just to summarize in the last couple of minutes of what we really looked at today and what we talked about, we looked at the Nakisa IWMS product portfolio, and we covered our capital project suite, the site selection product, the portfolio management suite, and the lease accounting suite with the lease management and the lessee accounting products. And we also looked at our facility management suite with the repairs and maintenance product. I also want to highlight our key differentiators from many other IWMS solution providers in the industry. We serve extremely complex and large organizations globally. We are not a mid-market company. We only look at Fortune thousands. We have an innovative cloud-native platform, which we talked about, which has Gen AI capabilities that I demoed, and we have a native integration with SAP, Oracle, and Workday. Last but not the least, which I really want to highlight, is that Nakisa is going through major transformation, and we're a product-led company with 20 years of expertise under our belt. In being product-led, we are seeing the product as the vehicle of everything within our company. We want our product to be easy to use, no touch, low touch implementations. We want to move towards seamless, flawless onboarding, and also provide our customers with quick products and features into the market being product led. So that commences my demo as well as presentation for today.
Yeah, and we are right on time. So for all the questions, please reach out to us on LinkedIn or via email. And also we'll announce our 3 lucky winners today via email. We'll reach out to you. So look up at in your inboxes. And we are so thankful for all of you to join our webinar today. And let's stay connected. We think that we'll have so much more functionalities coming very soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. 11:01. I think we need to get started.